A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about Ketu. And if Ketu is afflicted, how does it affect us? But the best part is, can we make out that Ketu in a chart is afflicted without even looking at it? Yes, we can. Surprising, isn't it? But this is a series where we are able to understand how a planet, even without looking into the chart, we can say is afflicted in the chart. Before we begin, a big welcome to all of you and a big thanks for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. If you haven't subscribed to us, please do. And do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the update ASAP. As I speak about Ketu, Ketu is a planet that gives one immense concentration and spirituality. It gives a person a foresight to look into the future, to look into things, and even if one is not an occultist, one need not be an occultist if Ketu is strong in the chart, but the person would still have prenomination. The person would be able to see how things are going to unfold. But if a Ketu for a person is not working properly, then how do we know without looking into the chart that yes, the person does have problem with his Ketu? To begin with, the person will not have a great insight into things. How do things unravel? The person will be very disoriented, may not have a very strong power of concentration, and the person could be jumping from one subject to another. This is all talking about your inability to focus at one place. When we talk about concentration, yes, it gives you also an insight. So, such a person may not be having a very strong power of insight, or the person's perception, your ability to see things and to gather knowledge from it may not be that strong. Such people, as I have found, when their Ketu is very prominent and yet afflicted, can be very fanatic. They can be very biased in their opinions. They may just have one way of looking at things. They may not be able to look at a particular situation from different angles. That is a cause of concern for many, and Ketu needs here a little more working on. In my shorts, I have told how we can work on our Ketu. Do look into those shorts. Again, when we talk about Ketu, which is very strong, which is very not that benefic for a person, it is afflicted, then in that case, it can also spoil the vision of a person. The person may not be able to have good vision either. The long-sightedness can be highly afflicted. And Ketu also brings in a kind of fatalistic attitude. People may look at things, as I have already mentioned, from just one perception. But what is wrong is they do not want to change. Ketu kind of brings in an innate stubbornness that can be self-harming. There is a yoga called Swahanta Yoga, which is associated with Mars, and on a larger scale, it also operates with Ketu. You can question how it would. Mars can be very self-destructive when not well placed. When it is in the 6th house and it is aspecting the Lagna, there it tends to push a person to do things that a person may not be very conducive for the person. But when it's Ketu, it takes things up a level, a notch higher. Such a person could actually induce mass destruction. So, these people need to be very carefully followed. These kind of people need to be very carefully monitored, because they do not harm just themselves. They can cause harm to a number of people around them, society, or on a larger scale. Now let us also talk about the diseases that Ketu can bring in. Ketu can bring in stomach related diseases. Problematic Ketu can bring in ulcer, it can bring in a lot of peptic disorders. It can also, as I told you, it can create vision issues for you. It can also cause chronic disorders, disorders that may be very difficult to understand or to fight. I have also said that Ketu on the Lagna can also cause, and if it's very strongly or for that matter associated with the Lagna, then it can also cause a lot of hair fall, because Ketu also represents the hair. Such a person could be aggressive very quickly, and as a result they can also be suffering from a lot of heartburn. Another thing that I find is that this Ketu related issues can also result in a manner which is similar to Rahu, in the sense that understanding and finding out the disease that the person is suffering from becomes a lot difficult. So if Ketu is not functioning in a person's chart, there are huge chances that the person moves towards a fatalistic type of life, causes harm to self and others, and we need to be careful about that. We can upgrade ourselves, we can move to a better space provided we really want to, and we seek help regarding our Ketu. There's a lot this planet has to offer in terms of spirituality, in terms of moving on higher planes. Let's make use of the good factors of this planet. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.